You do drag, you wear women, dressing up in women's clothes. Most guys, you know, they hits on you. They think you do certain things for money.
Drag means juicy, baby. I like drag. I love up and over the top, mirrors, stones. That's what drag means to me.
I grew up singing, directing choirs, and plays. I get to work with makeup, and I've always loved makeup.
I am Thomas Anderson. I'm a female impersonator. I go by the name of Chantel Alexia Black. I first started at the University Club in Gainesville, Florida. Drag is mostly, you kind of portray in women, dressing up, the wigs, the heels, the makeup, and it's kind of extra, you know. Your hair size is 2 times bigger, so drag is big. How did I get started in drag? Actually coming out to the University Club when I was 18, I met a young lady by the name of Ivana Black. She was a female impersonator here. And I started liking her, seeing her shows, and then she took me under her wing as one of her kids. And then they had an amateur night, and she put me in that talent show. And I went over there and I won the talent show, and that kind of took off from there. Me doing drag more, trying to do shows, learning it to grow into it. What made me stay in drag? It was, you know, the exposure, the dressing up, the hair, the costumes. It's very expensive if you want to look good. The tips, it was good on tips and stuff. It was money coming in. When you in drag, you know, you're more open than who you are, you know. But for as me in that aspect, when I'm in drag or out of drag, I'm the same person.
I am Tamara Love Dupree. I am the current reigning Miss Panhandle International Newcomer, and I also am the current reigning Miss University Club Newcomer. I actually started out watching my first drag mother down south in Miami. And I became a part of a drag family, and I was the only one that didn't do drag. And when I moved back up here, that's where I met Chantel, and she became my second drag mother. From there, it just grew. Just takes time, and it grew over time. I love what I do. I have a good time at it, and I love to be around the art form. I really do.
Hello, my name is Erica Ororo Summers. My stage name is Ororo Jackson. I work here at the University Club every Friday. To me, personally, drag is a creative outlet. I've always been an entertainer. I've always performed. So it's only natural that in my adult life, I find a way to express that. My first time in drag was almost 10 years ago at this place called Coliseum in Fort Lauderdale. Basically, they talked me into doing a talent show to earn money because I spent too much money and I didn't have food to eat. And they weren't gonna pay for me. So they said, girl, come on, you can go and do this little talent show and make you a quick $100, and that way your ass won't be broke. So they dressed me up, they put me on there, they did everything for me, put the hair on me, makeup, everything else, and pushed me out on stage. Won the talent show, won the money. So for almost every weekend, for a good 7 months, I was down in Fort Lauderdale at the Coliseum, working. 2 years later, I finally came out in drag in Gainesville.
Coming out part was I kind of came out to my sisters then, which they all knew, but I can communicate with them, and I just kept it hid from my mom and dad, so I can talk to them more, and then, you know, they give me the inside of what's going on that end. So I kind of opened up and sat down and talked to my mom first, and she already knew. So that was kind of easy, but her biggest fear at that time was don't get out there and get hurt, because she knew that lifestyle. Whereas my father, he was a little iffy about it, and then it kind of grew onto him, you know, with everybody else supporting me at that time, what I was going through. And he finally came around and he was like, I would always be his son, no matter what.
I actually have never felt discriminated about my drag. I've worked at McDonald's for a long time, and I was the manager there, and most of my friends and most of my family have accepted my drag life, and it even leaked over into my work life. So I have a lot of ups and downs with it, a lot of ups and downs.
As transgender, I identify myself as a woman. My family understood. My family was extremely supportive with me starting to transition, which I found out is unusual because a lot of families aren't supportive, so they get shunned by their family. People get gender identity and sexual attraction confused a lot. They might not understand, like, if someone says they're straight, they're straight. But if someone says, oh, I want to be a woman, but I'm attracted to females, a lot of people don't understand that. Like, their brains, they just don't understand. Well, why would you want to be a woman when you shouldn't you like guys? Or shouldn't you, why do you want to date another drag queen or another transgender person? Don't you just want to date a straight up guy? And that might not always be the case. My personal advice for someone seeking to transition would be to not be scared to talk about it to a psychiatrist or therapist. They will help you.
Some goals for me would be I will one day want to own my own club, to have my own cast. And some of my long-term goals, I will definitely want to be Miss Continental one day. That's actually a big pageant. Even Black America or University, them are big known pageants that can kind of take you a long way. I'm just going to live for me now, you know. I want to do what I want to do, not do what other people want me to do. So at the end of the day, I want to be doing what I want to do and stop trying to please everyone else instead of just pleasing myself. That will make me a better person.